So let me say this. I was going to do the whole franchise in the whole, but that would be suicide for me in my mind. I might just start crying too, seeing how bad this franchise has gotten. So I narrowed it down to this piece of Disney Star Wars. I tried to do a review on The Last Jedi, but I'd rather eat shark glass. I tried to review The Rise of Skywalker, but I'd rather drink Rosie O'Donnell's bathwater. I would rather hang myself. You get the point, but I'll stop there. I know this is like beating a dead horse, but I seriously never really got to talk about this on this channel. But seriously, how did this franchise become a gutter baby? Well, it started with the father of Star Wars selling the franchise to the House of Red. That was his first mistake in 2012, as we all know. Let's say this. Before I really go in on this piece of hot flaming dump, I hope this is the last time I rant on this holy woke trash fire. But I know it won't be. The House of Rap keeps coming up with more stupid ideas with each day pass. So, let's begin. The father of Star Wars sells his baby to probably one of the worst foster parents ever in the history of histories of life. The House of Rat. Some thought this was a good idea, some didn't, including me. I smelled Bojai from 10,000 miles away. In the next few years, we see the end of the Clone Wars TV show. And then we get it again a couple years later in season 7, which I didn't watch because I heard it was boring. And it was also on Rat Plus, but enough about that later. And we get Star Wars Rebels. I saw a couple episodes, particularly the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. The show was never fitting my fancy, but I heard it went off the rails towards the end. At least we got to see the finale between Obi-Wan and Maul. From 2012, we had so many speculations on what Disney was going to do. I was hoping for something outside the Skywalkers, or at least some Thrawn stories, or something else, or see some horror type stuff, or even seeing Luke become the new Grand Jedi Master of the New Republic. Then we get rumors of the original trilogy coming back. Bingo! We get to see old Luke and Leia Han, and the rest of the cast except for Lando. But we get to see a new class, and Daisy Ridley as Rey, Oscar Isaac as, what's his name? Poe? Yeah, Poe. John Boyega as Finn, and Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. At the helm of directing, the destroyer of franchises himself, J.J. Abrams. But the helm of Lucasfilm, the president, we get Horseface Kennedy. More on her later. Glorified secretary. So it's almost 2015. We don't know what to expect with Disney Star Wars, but I would call 2015 the resurgence of the old franchise that should have died a long time ago. And this year we get Terminator, Jurassic World, and Mad Max. Terminator was dry, Jurassic World was okay, Mad Max Fury Road was alright, but I was hoping for Star Wars Force Awakens to blow everything out the water. I really do hate the name Force Awakens. Moving on. A month before the movie's release, George Lucas interviews with Charlie Rose. We learned that the father of Star Wars was really not involved in much, but they did use some of his ideas and thoughts that he had written down. And he also said he gave his baby to the slave traders. Not the exact words, but you get the picture. He also, like I said, had some ideas, but Disney wanted to do a retro movie and not really want George Lucas anywhere around moving forward. We get trailers, and this time some of the trailers did seem promising, and John Williams returned to the score. It shouldn't be that bad. December 2015, The Force Awakens arrives to a theater near you. The movie was ruined for me before I had a chance to see it. Some idiot online decided to spoil the movie by blabbering about Han Solo being killed by his son. But nonetheless, I show up at the early morning showing, and yeah, that idiot was right. Solo did get murked by his own son. But the movie, to me, It was alright after the first scene, getting the hype out of there, but after seeing it 3 more times, was it 3 more times or 2 more times? I lost count a long time ago. It got boring, and then it got dry, and then I realized before this, I was in the movie theater the first time I watched this, it was New Hope 2015. Kylo Ren was a sissy boy, Rey was the bestest ever, and Finn was a letdown. I thought Finn was actually going to do something, but psych! I even bought this on Blu-ray, people. Now it sits in a landfill somewhere, and I didn't even watch it really. I had a little hope moving on, but this trilogy, I wasn't giving up too sadly. We'll see how this goes. 2016 comes around. We received Rogue One. It was nice to see Darth Vader again, and it was nice to only see the good Star Wars film, not the Disney Star Wars. Heck, I'm not gonna go there. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. A moment of silence, please. Alright, next topic.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
2017 comes around. We see the trailers, and it was not impressive to me at all. It seemed boring. I feel a disturbance in the force. Fast forward to December 2017. I was on Florida on my winter ski trip. I get warnings from my friends via text message to beware of this movie, but I didn't believe them. I said they were silly. Didn't know what they was talking about. Moment of silence for that thought. So I walk into Cinemark Orlando. I sit waiting for the movie to start. The first mistake from the beginning was starting from the end of Force Awakens. And then the mama jokes and the stupid ass jokes after that. The worst is yet to happen.
Why?
I saved you. Tell me. That's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate.
Oh man! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! Oh, tell me with this.
I left the movie theater depressed, enraged. People behind me were feeling the same. This damn movie ruined the winter of Steve. I was in denial for months. I needed therapy, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But then I found it in a podcast and YouTube channel called World Class Bullshitters. They were my therapy group. They felt my rage and pain. Then I found more people that expressed their rage and pain. Heck, even my mom, who knows little about Star Wars, felt the movie was a trash fire. My dad didn't even bother watching it. Said it wasn't Star Wars. He said it was, I forgot what he called it, but he didn't watch it. And then when he did watch it, he was like, oh, this is bad.
Where is Bucky? And what has he had? Glenda, I want you to call an ambulance, and when they get here, I want you to tell them what he has had.
If it wasn't for this movie, I wouldn't have this channel or met the people I have. But then 2018 rolls along. A war has begun between the Phantom Menace against Horse-Faced Kennedy, Roundhead Beta Johnson, any other goofball that sat in the way. At this point for me, Star Wars is dying, and Solo didn't help. And Solo put me to sleep like a little baby in that freaking chair in the movie theater. 2018 was not a good year for... Let me rephrase this. It wasn't a good year for Star Wars. It was a good year for Marvel. Toy sales declined. Left on the shelves. Nobody wanted them. Well, at least the Disney Star Wars toys did. Battlefront 1 and 2, they were garbage to me. EA was in the trash. Yeah, EA's trash itself. See what they had done to Madden. The House of Rats wouldn't take defeat. They pressed harder with the shields, and long-haired Lady Johnson continued to blabber about his own trilogy. All I know,
You ain't no getting no trilogy anytime soon.
all I know, the headpiece of the trilogy, Luke Skywalker himself, was ruined. That's all that mattered. Way to ruin the character, Lucasfilm. Star Wars Resistance rolls around, and nobody wants to watch that garbage. After a whole year of fighting with the fans, other fans speculate on what the next movie was going to be about, since Solo and Skywalker now kicked the bucket. And also that Carrie Fisher has also passed away, so what was next? Because no one cared about the new characters at all. Oh, I have an idea. Let's bring in the Emperor! Yeah, let's do it! So Rise of Skywalker came out. Palpatine was back. I don't know how, but he was back. Ruining Anakin's redemption. Let's bring back the Death Star from the Return of the Jedi. Oh yeah, let's bring back Lando. You guys like him? Yes, the Rise of Skywalker was a trash fight. A nuclear trash fight. Brought to you by the destroyer of franchises himself, aka J.J. Abrams. This movie was a dud. And it came and passed quickly. I forgot about it too. If people had mentioned, have I seen it, or asked me what happened in the movie, I don't want to say anything about it because that's how trash it was. There's only things to say. What no. Most fans had it by Star Wars by this time. Most fans didn't try to go watch the movie. Right before The Rise of Sword came out, The Mandalorian was released on Rat Plus, and it brought a breath of fresh air to the franchise. One I did not see myself. And I still haven't watched The Mandalorian. I just not going to buy Rat Plus. Disney and rephrase this. Rat, the House of Rat will never get me money. Well, they might finish buying the rest of the Blu-rays for the MCU, but anything new after the MCU in Star Wars, no more. Not going to the parks. Anyways, so back to the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was released on Rat Plus, and but the question is, how long will that happiness last? It seems like season 1 was a big hit and enjoyed to some, but what would season 2 bring? Oh yeah, let's make up some garbage called the High Council, showing up Yoda or having a Jedi more powerful than Yoda and all kinds of other crap. Let's make a female-centric TV show. Yeah, that eventually caused the CEO of House of Red to say no, which it did. I hope so. Stupid. But it's too toxic to listen to the fans. Thanks, Jon Favreau, for sticking up for us fans, because by now, Disney, you have no more say. I think you should listen to your fans, or what fans you have left. Stop trying to alienate your fans, and I'll talk more about this later. Here we go for the finale. Disney Star Wars has been terrible for a time now. Terrible for the fans. It's been terrible all around. They have did nothing right ever since Disney decided to buy this franchise in 2012. Each year, you hear something stupid out of them. Let's go down the line. Let's rewind back and list all the things that have been bad. You have terrible movies. 1 out of how many movies they made? 5? 1 out of 5 movies were good. 1 out of 3 video games have been decent. You have theme park attractions. Now to counting the ones that came before Disney decided to buy Lucasfilm. We're talking about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Something that they were never going to get me on. I'm never going to Ratland and Rat World to pay for that. It's a joke. I'd rather I don't know what I'd rather do. I'd rather not go there. I don't care what people say about Star Wars Resistance. Whatever that ride is called, I am not giving Disney or Ratland my money. Going back to the theme parks, the whole turnout in the beginning when those first parks opened up was terrible. How do you make a theme park land not based off what everybody loves out of Star Wars? The original trilogy, the prequels to some extent, but you base it on the sequel trilogy, which everybody hates. Alright, let's go down the line. Let's keep going down that line. You have the EU. We decided to get rid of the EU because for reasons. And now you bring back stuff from the EU because you're crazy bankrupt. Horseface Kennedy, you have ruined Lucasfilm. You have ran Lucasfilm like Home Depot. You know what Horseface Kennedy reminds me of and Lucasfilm reminds me of? They remind me of the Washington Redskins. In the mind of Dan Snyder, he thinks he's a genius when it comes to owning the Redskins. But in reality, he's probably one of the most idiot GM owners I ever seen in my life. How can you be that incomplacent, that stupid to realize that your team has been burning for this whole past decade? That's what Disney Star Wars is. Been burning for the last 5 years. Disney Star Wars is in the line with the Washington Redskins, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Knicks. Do I need to go on? That's what they are. Horseface Kennedy should have been gone, like I said. If that would have been a man instead of Horseface Kennedy in charge of Lucasfilm, that man would have been running for the hills a long time ago with no job. Horseface Kennedy disposes directors like a dirty paper towel. Phil Lord, gone off Solo. Colin Trevorrow, gone off Rise of Skywalker. His version of Episode 9 was way better than what the Destroyer franchises created. All this because my agenda, or better yet, my agenda. So now we have a trash fire. I hope you're happy, Kathleen Kennedy. But seriously, why is this woman still here? Destroyer franchises, I'm getting tired of you with your MacGuffins and light flares and mystery boxes. Please, you're not a good director. Stay away from DC. You're trash. You trash Star Trek, and now you trash Star Wars. Round-faced Beta Johnson, there's nothing much to say to you, but you're a clown. A Class A clown. Bob Iger, don't run for president. If you can't run Disney, what makes you think you're going to try to run for president in a couple of years? The father of Star Wars, you don't give away your baby to any kind, especially to idiots. Making Rey the most powerful thing ever was a joke. Finn, he had a strong arc, but he became a joke. An insult to black characters everywhere. Bringing in Palpatine was a stupid mistake. Copying Endgame, that's also a joke. Making Rey a Skywalker, disgusting as old moldy bread on a hot Sunday day. I could go on. I probably forgot things. There's a lot to cover. It'll be a 20-minute video if I had to do that. But this franchise is dead. But there is hope. There is hope. Hopefully. But as right now, this franchise is burning in Springfield. Like that tire fire that sits in a junkyard. Star Wars, rest in peace.
Most people, because Dave Filoni taught me and George Lucas taught him, and all these video games have fucked people up on what the Force is. Like, Luke's skill doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. The Emperor doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. The Force dictates who wins or loses based on balance.